Hello, everybody. I want to talk to you about greatness, and I want to talk to you about adversity as well. I believe each of us are endowed with seeds of greatness, and it's up to us to actually take those seeds and nurture them and live up to our potential. Before I start, I just want to bring before you a few individuals who've actually achieved greatness, which has lasted the test of time. The first person I want to speak to you about is Beethoven. Now, some of the composition of Beethoven is amazing. It's transcended time, and across generations, people have loved it. I want to talk to you about Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the Indian captain who's done so much for Indian cricket that no other captain in the world has ever achieved. Take for a minute and consider what he's done. He's captained the team to win the World T20, the World One Day International, which we can never forget. He's captained the team to reach the number one status in Tests, and he's also captained the team which has won the World Championship of Cricket. No other captain in the world has ever achieved that. I want to talk to you about Sachin Tendulkar. What can you say about him? He set such records which I think will last for a lifetime. So these are people, and if you look at these people, there's a common thread that goes across them. One, the common thread is they achieve greatness. And the second thread that if you see is that they achieved this greatness in spite of adversity. History tells us that Beethoven was deaf. He lost his sense of hearing. And think about it, despite losing his sense of hearing, he composed such magnificent compositions. Think of Dhoni for a minute. We know that he came up from a very middle class background. He didn't come up in a family of great economic prosperity. In fact, we know that he had to work as a ticket collector to just sustain himself. Sachin Tendulkar, very ordinary middle class background. If you read his autobiography, he talks about how for a week he used one set of cricketing attire for one whole week. He would use it, practice it for it in hours, and then he would go back and wash it, and then use it again. He had to move out of his house because of the distance it was from the ground and actually stay with his uncle and aunt. I mean, this is real adversity. So what does this tell us? It tells us that greatness and adversity go hand in hand. And the challenge with us is the fact that whenever we face adversity, we want to give up. But the point is, if you want to use those seeds of greatness, it's critical for you to go through and push through seasons of adversity. Greatness and adversity, like I said, go hand in hand, and they're inseparable. Life has its seasons. There are the seasons which are the mountaintop seasons. There are those seasons which are valley seasons. There are seasons of victory, and there are also seasons of defeat. There are seasons, when life is all about laughter, but there are also seasons when, it's all about. But you need to realize this, that after every sunset, right, there is a sunrise. And the thing about life is that life moves on. And so every time you kind of face a situation of adversity, it's important for you to remember that you need to get up, shake yourself up, and you got to move on, right? As humans, we like to be in control. We like to be planned, but the thing with adversity, what it does is it comes without information. It comes without invitation, right? And it catches you unaware, and it derails your plans, right? And therefore, it's important for us to not be pulled down by this, but it's important for us to persevere through a season of adversity. So what is your adversity? Is it a financial situation? Is it a health issue? Is it a tough economy condition which is kind of caught you unaware? The point is, every one of us go through the seasons of adversity. And the choice we have when we go through a season of adversity is, first of all, are you operating out of a victim's mindset or a victor's mindset? The fact of life is that you cannot control the uncontrollable, right? You cannot control the uncontrollable. All you can do is make the best use of the situations that adversity presents to yourself. What a victim mindset is. A victim mindset is about, hey, how can I do something about the uncontrollable, right? How can I do something to alter economic conditions. The fact is, you cannot control the uncontrollable. While the mindset of a victor is slightly different. The victor's mindset is all about how can I maximize the controllables? Let me see what I can do with the controllables. Let me not worry about the uncontrollables, right? And that is the difference between a victim's mindset and a victor's mindset, right? We all know the Pareto's principle, and the Pareto's principle is this, right? That 20% of the people achieve 80% of the results. And why is that so, may I ask you? The answer is that 80% of the people are worrying about how do I control the uncontrollables. And you can't control while 20% of the people actually say, hey, these are the controllables, let me not worry about the uncontrollables. So if you are in sales, and if you're given a target, a huge sales target, worrying about the sales target is not going to help you. Worrying about a tough economic condition and how you're going to meet the sales target is not going to help you. But if you can spend some time thinking about customer segmentation, thinking about how you can reach back to existing customers, right? And is there an opportunity for you there? I think will help you to achieve your sales target. So I want to encourage you, be a victor, don't be a victim. As a victim, you cannot handle adversity. Another way to handle a season of adversity is by actually changing your approach. You've probably heard this line. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got, right? So if you want different results, especially during a season of adversity, I think it's important for you to evaluate and say, hey, the efforts, my plan of last year in a different situation will not give me the same results this year because the conditions have actually changed. Let me take an example from cricket. In cricket, in a test match scenario, if you have a batting average of 30 to 40 as a strike rate, it's good. A strike rate of 30 to 40, test match cricket, acceptable. But if you're playing a T20 game, the minimum strike rate that is acceptable there is 140 plus. Now you can't interchange that. And why is it different? Both are batting, why strike rates different? Because the conditions required for each of the formats are different. Similarly, in a test match, if you played a forward defense stroke, you'll be appreciated. But while in a T20 match, if you played a scoop shot, you'll be appreciated. So different conditions require a different approach. So I want you to encourage you to evaluate and say, hey, in this new season and the season of adversity, if you are in one of them, what is your approach? If you're going to use the same approach during a season of prosperity or a season which was good in a season of adversity, you're probably not going to get the same returns to it. You probably won't get any returns to it. So as you start this new year, as you start a new season, I want to encourage you to take some time and evaluate your approach. Is there something that you can change about your approach to give you different results? You got to realize that opportunity lies in the epicenter of adversity. During a season of adversity, if you choose to look carefully, you'll actually find opportunities. Take, for example, a booming real estate market. In a booming real estate market, you'll find it very difficult to find a property which is affordable. Why? Because the market is doing well, right? Take, for example, on the other hand, when the stock market falls, there's general panic around. But I think that is the best opportunity for you to identify and to pick stocks of good value. Think about it. It's contrary, right? Isn't it? When the markets are not doing well, best time to buy, right? So what does it tell us? It tells us that there is opportunity in the epicenter of adversity. I'm reminded of an incident which I heard many years ago, and it is about a leading shoe company which sends out two of its executives to another nation to scout for market opportunities. So these two individuals went to this nation and they came back with a report. The first gentleman came back and said, there's no way we can expand our shoe business in that area because nobody wears shoes. So nobody is going to buy shoes. While the second individual, when his turn came to speak, said, I think it's a great opportunity for the organization. We should expand to that nation because nobody wears shoes, and therefore it's a virgin market. It's a great opportunity for us to sell shoes, right? Perspective and identifying opportunities. So how when you look at your situation, how are you viewing it? Are you saying, hey, it's hopeless? Or are you saying, wait a minute, if I look closely, I can actually find great opportunity? Greatest innovations have come because of great needs. Remember that. And great businesses have evolved during seasons of adversity rather than seasons of prosperity. So I want to encourage you as you face your own adversity to look and evaluate for opportunity. In conclusion, like I started, I want to tell you that you are endowed with seeds of greatness. It's up to you to live out to that potential and to pursue your personal greatness. You are not born here, you're not here just to live a mediocre life. You are here to write your own script, okay, with the seeds of greatness that have been planted into you. So do not let adversity bog you down. Embrace adversity and reach that place of greatness that you've been destined to. All the best.